Got us subscribe but over for the team 2 versus Merrick. We're gonna call him Merrick. I know it's technically Emerisk. Oh wait, his name is Emerisk. I just figured out. His name Risk in there. Risk. Emerisk. Emerisk? I don't really know. It has the word risk in there though. I just realized it. Gonna be a stone to Christ bed. And Merrick tried to see. I'm gonna call him Merrick just for the sake of it. It's just at this point it's like sucking my head to Merrick. I don't mean that in a bad way either. Gonna be a dark pack for Kreisbad, trying to see if he may be able to find a way to get on top of Merrick, but looks like he's just gonna avoid him completely. Once he's an Infernal, he's just gonna back up out of the completely. Dark pack for Kreisbad, as I'm getting a little bit of frame drops. Gonna be a quick second Mississippi, and Merrick just going in for the bubble, just trying to deny Kreisbad, and he kind of set up just a quick immunity to Kreisbad, not sweating. He got plenty of defenses. He is a Warlock. He doesn't take a lot of damage. Gonna be the Aegis. Why Merrick? Gonna be Kreisbad trying to see if he can break it with a flush count immediately. And Kreisbad just trying to make sure there's support available for Merrick in case he does charge at him. It's going to be a hand of freedom. Kreisbad looking to disconnect completely into a dark pack right after. Going to be some burst on Merrick with wings to follow. Kreisbad could be a backbench roll, but the Succubus is there to save him. The Succubus does swing around the corner, trying to see if he can control America a little bit. Quick Fury right after the Decimating Bolt. And Kreisbad trying to see if he can make some damage happen. Shadow Fury, no stun available, no bubble available for Merrick. As long as Kreisbad has some control, it's going to be Casbolt to follow. Maybe double Casbolt right after, trying to get a second one in there. He's going to double Casbolt potentially. Massive damage, but it looks like the Shield of Vengeance and the Aegis absorbed all that impact with Infernal charging out. There goes a stun right after with a Fury to follow. Merrick does get the interrupt, but it's going to be put into place with those Incinerates right after. Stun onto Kreisbad. Trinkets just to make sure he gets those Incinerates out. They're going to be empowered. There's going to be a flash cut trying to see if he can fight through the fire and the rain. The Hellfire of Kreisbad hitting him with a slow hand of freedom onto Merrick as he just trying to see if he can avoid him as best as possible. That's going to be a rain of fire by Kreisbad. Just trying to see if he can build up for a double Chaos Bolt setup, using all those extra resources generated by the Infernal in order to make sure he's getting some sort of value. The next time he goes in, oh, my music, hello? That's the worst time for music to stop. I swear to God. If he can get himself some kind of a double Chaos Bolt setup, he'll be fantastic. Is that what we're looking at here? Potentially, with single Chaos Bolt with an Immolate right after him. Decimating Bolt, it is going to get some execute value. And Merrick wasn't really super low on health, but it still is going to allow Kreisbad through next to Incinerates to be supercharged and actually do a little bit more amplified damage. And then Merrick just will not go down. He wants to make sure he's giving these boys as much of a fight. Even the ogre's like, you weakling, stop running around. I mean, he ain't wrong. These two are still running around. Succubus CC. As Kreisbad trying to load up a Chaos Bolt. Shadow Fury right after Cataclysm to follow. Bonds of Fell does a Merrick break it. Looks like he's gonna go Shield of Vengeance and the Aegis to try to see if he can give him some defenses. Kreisbad come in some cooldowns. Mortal versus the Paladin, shrinking it for it, trying to see if he can lock him down with the Fury. Is able to. Is that gonna be double Casbolt? Does it take him out right here? Decimating Bolt right after. I think the Paladin got nothing left with the Warrior charging out right after him. Mogdem trying not to give Kreisbad much of an opportunity to escape. Looks like he's not gonna go for an interrupt just yet. Kreisbad does have some fatty Incinerates ready to go. It does see him some support. Potentially, looks like Mogdem is just not gonna let him out of the sights at all. Didn't give him a singular chance with Solar and Lunar. Gonna be up next. Got himself a binding shot to Mogdem. Curian burst. Got himself massive rapid fire. Does Mogdem get to recover? Aim shots back to back. That's gonna be a little bit of the Aegis. I don't think Aegis really can stop a lot of that Marksman Hunter damage. At least it maybe prevents a portion of those arcade shots. But Solar's just avoided this man completely. Look at this guy. Trying to see if he can maybe take down Mogdem, sending out the pet. That is going to be giving Mogdem a little bit of survivability, but a 52% dampener, it's going to be very, very little. That's going to be the Hunter pulling it back a little. Aim shots on the Mogdem. Try to keep the pressure rolling. Looks like maybe looking to knock him back. Does Mogdem have a way to reconnect? Looks like it's going to be rapid fire, just trying to keep him away as best as he can. Revive pad is up immediately. Maybe could drop him in a freezing trap. Feign death for a second to break out of the trap immediately. Mogdem slowed as soon as possible. That's going to be more aim shots to follow. Just absolute max range. Does finally get a charge to break next to Solar, but Solar could maybe go for a defensive. Blade Storm is going to be able to break out of the root. That's going to be immediate turtle by the Hunter. Freezing trap on the Mogdem, can't really do much about it. Double tap ready for Solar. Is he just going to go for a big hit? Double tap rapid fire immediately. Mogdem is still alive somehow. Got himself in Rage Regen. Tried to use the pet in order to give him some survivability. Charge over to Solar. He's going to go for a disarm immediately. Solar cannot do much damage right now. He's actually in a bit of trouble. Unless he can somehow break over from Mogdem. Reflect is up. He can't really go for a freezing trap just yet. Solar just got finally get himself away from Mogdem. Dropping out trap around the corner. Maybe a charge trap. I think. Potentially. Charge it out towards Solo at no health whatsoever. Does hit him with a slow. Actually, no health at all. Solo just trying to see if he can back up out of the battle. That's stricken to give himself a little bit more health to work with. I think maybe he's just waiting for a freezing trap and a Kyrian. Or he's going to let his pet die. Go for a full camo. Mogdem is just out in the open. The hunter is able to recover. Mogdem needs to go for the eyes immediately. And Solo maybe could meet him with a freezing trap. I think Mogdem knows there's going to be a freezing trap waiting for him. So he's better have reflect immediately. Kyrian burst. That's going to be a blade storm for Mogdem. This is where Solo needs to make a play. Going to be disarmed immediately. Can't even freeze him. Oh, Mogdem just ends up muscling that guy. Oh my goodness. That is so close. That was actually so close. Get some solid fighters out here? Yes, we definitely do. These boys don't want to go down without a fight. Lights out. Try to see if he can go for full vendetta. Full burst out of Mogdem. I don't know if he has himself a sipping cup for it, but let's see the dots actually run him down with a full road. Lights out does end up taking him out with a shadow stick by Glitch, trying to deny Lights out the victory. Maybe Lights out could go for blind. Nope, couldn't do it fast enough. Taska versus a Glitch, as Glitch is walking at Taska with barely wasting any cooldowns on that guy. Wasting it sounds bad. Barely committing any cooldowns into Lights out. Taska with immediate trick and fear into Glitch. I think just trying to see if he could get aggressive very, very early on. PI, Void Eruption, everything's available. Glitch is going to hit with a Mind Gift. So he's just going to go for Cloak of Shadows. Vanish instead. It's Sippy Cup though. If you say Sippy Cups, he does cloak it, but he is going to burn Sippy Cup. So that is a cloak. Taska, if he's aware that Glitch does not have a cloak, he may be able to use it to his advantage. So he may be able to get aggressive. Because if he's thinking, man, there's no way. If he's thinking like, damn, man, this rogue definitely didn't cloak, then he's probably going to be holding it off and maybe waiting for it. But if he is aware that the rogue did burn a cloak there, while in stealth, he could get a lot more aggressive. Force pressure onto the rogue, force CC. And Glitch does dive back into stealth. Eyes are not available for either one, and Glitch is going to go for the sap, trying to establish control early on. Taska just leaves. I think he realized that as a Shadow Priest, there isn't anything he can do against the rogue. They decided to back up out of there. Too Fast is going to be the last one left. Hopefully Glitch is aware that it's going to be another rogue on the enemy team. Try to see if he can shadow step off him. Has himself marked for that. Ooh, fires Too Fast really quickly. That's going to be a reversal. That's going to be Glitch streaking it out. Too Fast trying to see if he can make a play. Is it Too Fast streaking it? Too Fast streaking it. Wait, Glitch could actually win this. He forced a trick out of that guy. And there's no saps either, so he probably should be able to sap him full. Yeah, if he has himself a resonator or anything, Glitch can definitely win this. Mark by that kidney shot is definitely going to get him fully stunned up. There goes the resonator. There goes the dance. Kyrian bursts up. Too Fast is just over. My goodness. That was quick. All he has to do for trick it out of him. Man, that was a hell of a duel between the Warlock and the Paladin, man. That was a long one. Neither wanted to go down. And that's what we'd like to see in the 5v5 1v1 Duels, boys. That's exactly what we'd like to see. Hell yes.